Pie chart is used to display the contribution of each value to a total value. So over here I've got the expenditure of a household which I'd used for showing the line chart, and I've just totaled the expenditure for the 12 months. So the entire 1 year expenditure for the household is around $4,592. Using a pie chart, all I need to do is I just need to select them together. I go to insert. Now pie chart. When I click on this, it says use a chart type to show proportions of a whole. Use it when the total of your numbers is 100%. So using this particular chart, I can very easily see that this blue over here, which is the groceries bill, is the largest expenditure or the highest expenditure over here as compared to the rest. Then the second close is the electricity, which is 1240, and then I've got petrol over there, which is around 1075. I can also add these data labels by just doing a right click and adding data labels over here. There is another version of pie chart which is called pie of pie or bar of pie. Over here you've got five components which are sort of equal in nature. But let's say I've got these two components which are like really small. So right now over here I am not able to see these two components at all. So what I can do is I'll select this chart, I'll go to insert, I'll click on pie. So what it does is it combines two different series over here and makes a separate chart of it. So over here I want to make a separate chart of 2 and 5. So what I can do is I'll do a right click, format data series. Values in second plot need to be 2, and which values by values less than 10. So when I do that, now what Excel does is it combines the two smallest values and then prepares a separate pie chart for both of them so that they are also visible. So this is when a pie of pie or bar of pie comes in handy. So just changing the chart type, this is how the bar of pi will look like. Let's move on to the XY scatter plot. Now this is used to observe or show the relationship between two variables. One variable has a scale on x-axis and the other on y-axis, that is the vertical axis. So I've got over here the name of 10 employees, I've got their age and salary, and I want to see if there is any particular relationship between age and salary. I'll select age and salary, I'll go to scatter plots and I'll click on scatter. This is used as chart type to compare at least two sets of values or show relationships between sets of values. So as you can see over here, what this is showing me is an increasing trend over here. Move on to the next, which is the area. Now these charts are very similar to a line chart, and they are also used to look at the trend of a value over time. And just that the difference between a line and an area chart is that in an area chart, all the area below the line will be colored. Now I've got different types of area charts also. Let's go to insert, recommended charts, all charts, area. Now this is the simplest area chart. This is something which is not used, and I'll show you why. When I click on OK, it has automatically taken this data, but over here, because the chart is supposed to color all the area below a particular line, over here the groceries is being shown by blue color, and because the groceries are having the highest bill, so that is why we are not able to see other charts at all. There were 2 months where electricity was higher than groceries. That is why we can just see them. So that's why the normal area chart is not used that much. Let's look at the other area charts. So this is a stacked area chart, which is used more often, similar to a stacked line chart again. So this shows the contribution of all these expenditures, different types of expenditures over months. Let's move on to the other chart, which is stacked, 100% stacked, again very much similar to 100% line. And the inferences are also the same as what we had discussed in the line chart because the numbers are the same. So we'll have the scale to 100% and the expenditure from each of these different types of bills will be plotted as a percent. So for example, for the first month, Jan 16, the total sum of expenditure or the total bill is $395. Let's select the percentage. I'll just change the format in a while. So what this is showing me is that in the first month of January 16, 7% of the bill came from water, 33 from electricity, 10% from gas, 18 from petrol, and 32 from groceries. So electricity was the main culprit over here. So these percentages are what have been plotted over here. So this is like bit less than 10%, so 7%. Then this is 33%. So if I add 7 and 33, I'll get 40. So that is why the second line is right at 40. Then I add another 10% to it, it makes it to 50%. Then I add 18%, it takes it to 68%, just below 70, and then I add another 32% to make it to 100%. So this is how a 100% stacked area chart works, and it's the same for 100% stacked line as well.